Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Duke and Dutch Show, and we have a great show today focusing around the tariff situation in the U.S. Now, if you don't remember this, if you want to go back a little bit, when Trump initially started imposing all of the tariffs on different countries, saying he wants fair and equal trade for Americans so we stop getting screwed over in all these trade deals, there were a lot of Democrat naysayers saying this wouldn't work, this was going to drive us into a recession. And right now, as we're speaking about this, it seems that the stock market, the economy is higher than ever, and for the most part, these trade deals have all worked out. But we have to go back a little bit here. This is from May 15, 2025 from CNN, where Scott Jennings and Abby Phillips are going to get into the tariffs and how Scott views it, how Abby views it, how the panel views it. And, it's just a stark contrast from where they were at to where it is right now, and how the Democrats, even though the tariffs largely, on the whole, have worked out, they are still not very happy about it.
Read you this headline. Hard data suggests tariff-driven inflation and recession fears may be overblown. Now, this is not from a right-wing outlet. This is from Axios, noted outlet of data analysis and journalism. And they go through all kinds of things. Retail sales are up a little. Spending on services is up. Restaurants and bars spending up. Producer price index showed little sign of tariff-related price pressures that we've been warned about. And as you noted in the open, there's a number of things that we've seen where prices are actually coming down. So the analysis here was that the apocalyptic doom and gloom that has been predicted may not be coming true.
Yeah, well, let me read the rest. Let me read the rest of what that Axios.
So they're going to go into right now. Scott Jennings doesn't know what he's talking about. There hasn't been enough time. And obviously, this was on May 15th. And I just have a contrast to this later on that the Democrats really haven't changed their tune, even though it seems like everything that Trump predicted with the tariffs has actually come true and it's been widely successful.
Piece said, because here's a quote from that Axios piece from an expert. It says, the brunt of higher import taxes looks likely to arrive this summer, even with de-escalation in the last several days, and even as the underlying trajectory for inflation looks the best it has in 4 years. This is one of those things where obviously we do need to see what happens over the next few months, but it kind of reminds
Keep that in mind. The next few months, we need to see what happens. This was May 15th.
Reminds me of how it felt for a lot of the last 4 years when in a lot of ways, like the data would kind of say something different from what expectations were, what people were feeling. And the response to that, from people like Scott was essentially, you're not listening to people and what they're actually experiencing in their lives.
What data are you talking about? The inflation data that kept going up and up and up during her administration?
Well,
I mean, the reality is inflation was terrible, and what was coming out was Biden saying it's not terrible.
Inflation was bad, for sure. But the broader economic data of the last 4 years was that there was an expected recession that didn't happen, that in an effort to get inflation under control, they did not have to push the economy into recession and push job losses up. So all of those things happened at the same time that people were feeling like their lives were not getting better. And that's kind of how people feel right now.
I don't know if that has anything to do with the tariff situation, but again, this is old. May 15th.
Well, I'm just going to read you.
Scott, we already heard from you. Please. You're going to come up later in the segment. Oh, we got an article here sent for me by Duke from The Guardian. The fullest. You can go ahead. You said you wanted to read this, right? So
as we stated, I'm not going to read every single little thing, but the main points that this article will show us is it's not one or two countries that Trump has been able to negotiate with and deliver. The full list of Trump's tariffs from India to Taiwan. U.S. President signs executive order that will impose reciprocal taxes on dozens of countries in 7 days' time and orders imminent 35% tariffs on Canada, which has been a difficult negotiation as of late. But so far, there's been, I remember China being a pretty hard crookie to really get to, and we ended up coming out with a pretty nice deal with China. So he has a good track record in these first couple months. The United States President Donald Trump has signed an executive order imposing reciprocal taxes ranging from 10% to 41% on imports from dozens of countries and foreign locations, shortly after extending the deadline for a tariff deal with Mexico by 90 days. That's another big one. Obviously, we want Canada and Mexico specifically to be really fair trade deals.
It's my understanding that we're
We have a lot going
tariffing
on for those.
everybody because a lot of people are taking advantage of the United States, and everyone, I don't know.
The system hasn't been good and set up properly for years, and he's trying to fix it as we go.
And the Democrats have pretty much, they
Yeah.
came in and they said, listen, this is going to crash the economy. Nobody's going to do business with us. It's like, I just don't.
That's just not how it is.
I don't think you
I mean,
actually.
I remember in
yeah.
a previous segment we actually talked about this. I forget if it was China or North Korea, or not North Korea, but if somebody in Asia was doing a visit and they literally said to someone, I believe an interviewer or journalist or something of that sort, that Trump is different. Trump demands respect and he gets respect. And
Well,
we can't just ignore his orders like we used to with Biden.
Well, it's
Like
also
they
just.
plainly said they used to ignore. There
I
were
believe
tariffs.
that.
There were actual import requests for it to be like at certain levels, and they're just like, yeah, cool, whatever, we're not doing that. And Biden never did anything about it.
Well, we just want free and fair trade, and we just think that we should be treated. If we're friends with you, like we're supposed to be friends with Canada, I don't understand why we can't have free and fair trade. I don't understand why it's like
Friends are supposed to do fair
it's like
trade.
they're stabbed in the heart because then like now it's going to be a fair trade deal, and that's somehow unfair. It's like I don't get it, but
it's a horrible defense. Yeah, exactly.
but the thing is,
we're not
like,
asking to be the benefactors in most of these deals. We're just asking for fairness.
Well, no offense to any Canadians out there, and I don't mean to offend you. You're our friendly neighbors to the north, but you know, when it comes to stuff, I really think that what are we importing? Maple syrup or something? Is that what we're doing? I mean, I really think you kind of need
I'm
us
pretty sure we definitely get more.
a little more than we need you. So
Yeah,
you should come to the
they
table.
probably
We should
import a
play
lot more
ball.
for sure.
Although, you know, they got this other guy. They just ousted Trudeau. Now they got this other guy who's even more far left. So I think Canada's screwed.
So who knows?
You know, good luck to you guys up
Who knows
there.
what's gonna happen.
But
But as of late, the order listed higher import duty rates that would start from 7th of August for 69 trading partners, just hours before the original deadline. And you can see the big hitters right there, Brazil and Canada. Brazil at 50%, which again is a negotiation tactic that has been stated.
it's worked.
They are in the middle. It's a
worked.
negotiation tactic.
It's working.
Trump's, yeah, exactly. They are strategically trying to get the proper deals done so that, again, things are fair. It's not for us to take advantage of anyone. It's just to make an actual fair deal. And the EU just came to the table with a pretty big deal, which was our next article. I believe that is all that is relevant there. We could go through a list, but I counted 72 different countries, entities. Some of them are.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's immune. I mean, you know, we're tariffing everybody, and it's
72.
Like, you know,
He's made a deal with 72 separate countries already, and I believe he can do the rest. You know, that's a task he wants to get done, and he's definitely going to get it done.
Well, especially since all these people all these countries, they're folding as well. They're saying, "Oh, no, we agree to your tariffs, Mr. Trump, or President Trump, or whatever." You know, but
they understand that Trump, again, you're not gonna ignore these.
Well, it's a domino effect.
You're not gonna ignore these trade talks.
It's a domino effect, isn't it? I mean, when one country folds, okay, but like now there's 50, or you said what, 70 something?
72.
72 that have come to the table and agreed to a certain deal. So there's not a whole lot of holdouts right now. So it's harder to actually look principled and still like, oh, but I'm going to hold out. It's like, well, everybody else is. Don't you want the tariffs, man? Don't you want to be cool? Come on. Just take the tariffs, man. You know?
I mean, again, part of his negotiation tactics, he's very aggressive. Like, he will charge 100% tariffs on you if you do not want to at least negotiate.
I say good.
Like, he's willing to give you less tariffs while you guys are negotiating, but if you're not even willing to come to the table,
reciprocal friendships,
he's very firm. Yeah.
Reciprocal friendships are very important. I mean, that's the whole point of being friends with countries or with anybody. I mean, just with friends.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Help each other out. Yeah.
Trump.
Exactly.
Trump tariffs live updates. Greer says tariffs pretty much set. Buffett's Berkshire portfolio takes tariff hit. Trump outlines sweeping new deals. U.S. Trade Representative Jameson Greer said on Sunday that the latest round of tariffs are pretty much set and unlikely to change. A lot of these are set rates pursuant to deals. Some of these deals are announced, some are not. Others depend on the level of trade deficit or surplus we may have with the country. These tariff rates are pretty much set. On Friday, Trump signed an order to hike tariffs on Canada to 35%, while he kept a baseline minimum rate of 10% across all partners. The tariffs on Canada went into effect Friday, while many of the other reciprocal rates take effect on August 7th. Meanwhile, it seems even the Oracle of Omaha isn't immune to the impact of President Trump's trade war. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway said on Saturday that its consumer goods businesses took a hit from U.S. tariffs. Reuters reported. Its consumer products group, which includes Fruit of the Loom, Brooks Sports, saw a 5.1% year-over-year revenue decline in the second quarter. Now, and I don't know how true this is, but I was talking with my neighbor, and my neighbor's very into the news, everything that kind of gets updated in politics and stuff like that. And we actually got on the subject earlier today. We were out there, we were talking about tariffs. And he said what a lot of these people are doing, and I don't know how true this is, but I could see it happening. What a lot of the people are doing, like in grocery stores or something like that, they can jack up the price of something and say, oh, it's tariffs. It's tariffs. And it might not, maybe it is, maybe it's not, but there's a lot of suspicion happening around that.
Yeah.
But it is at their discretion. And obviously, you're a private company, you're allowed to charge whatever you want. But I would say if that is happening, that's a very sneaky thing to do.
They should be transparent.
Yeah, that's not transparency to the consumer at all. So if that is happening, I would say that's got to be investigated. Like, if you want to jack up your prices, sure, go ahead.
There should be some regulatory laws though for something. I would think. I don't know. I'm not an expert.
You can charge $100 for an orange if you want to, but it's just. But but then just say no. We want $100 for this. You know what I mean? Don't try to pin it on Trump or do anything like that.
That's always been a concern with these types of things, because it's not like you can truly fact check. Well, what is your bottom dollar unless you actually know what your bottom dollar is for said product or service.
And honestly, they shouldn't have to disclose that. I've done private businesses before. I don't disclose my bottom dollar. Obviously, I buy something lower, I sell it for higher, and that's how every business works. And they got
when it morally stands right there, and it's business ethics. Business ethics. 100%. They should definitely be transparent, and if hopefully that practice doesn't exist. Honestly,
hopefully it doesn't. But
there's.
But I mean, I could definitely see some companies doing it. I'm sure it crosses everybody's mind, and they got a great excuse for it, and. We'll have to see.
I mean, it could be as simple as like, oh, well, we were already reevaluating a price change. This was just the final catalyst that forced us into doing it, type excuse. So it's like, oh, well, it's not. I'm not gonna say it's all the tariff stuff, but we were already kind of talking about changing the price because the prices weren't accurate, and especially adding this pressure now. Now we're forced to. Like, again, to me, it sounds like more like a cop-out.
It gets into a gray area of transparency, and I'm sure it is happening in some places. I'm sure not everybody's involved in that practice, but
hopefully not.
In May, during Berkshire's annual meeting, Buffett strongly defended free trade. He said tariffs should not be used as a weapon. Adding balanced trade is good for the world. And I would agree with Warren Buffett on this, but the problem with it is that we don't have balanced trade. Everybody else can tariff the crap out of the U.S., and the U.S. is not allowed to tariff. If you want to just drop the tariffs, I mean, I guess you could, right? But it doesn't seem like anybody really wants to do that. So, and here we have again, Trump announces tariff rates on wide range of trading partners. We have Canada, Mexico, European Union. Seems like they have worked out a better deal. I don't know what this is, European Union 2. I don't know what that means, but
I believe it was like separate deals.
Okay,
for different. So
the United Kingdom, and it's like this should be fair, right? I mean, look, we're at
the standard is aiming for 10%, 10% flat to each.
United Kingdom has 10%.
Yeah,
India's at 25, Japan 15, Indonesia 19.
Those were anything higher was usually an independent negotiation that was settled with Trump, and it's usually specific to like a certain category of import or export.
You can see a lot of them most of them have gone down. I see.
I'm sure we've heard about the India deal with the pharmaceuticals and all the the big ones. It's definitely going to be
But a lot
changing
of
up
them
the
have.
landscape of things.
It seems like a lot of them have actually gone. Some of them are going back up. I don't know, and I don't know what we trade with Chad personally,
Yeah.
or Costa
Yeah,
Rica or
exactly.
anything like that. But obviously, I'm not expert on imports exports. I don't work at Vandalay Industries here, folks. So,
I would probably maybe crops, some type of crops, whether it be even coffee beans. I guess that's more South America, but
no, we have like the biggest. We already have a ton of coffee in America.
yeah.
I think, I believe at least, I think like there's a Kona Coffee. It's like I think it's one of the biggest. Maybe it's just the biggest in the U.S. They could have, yeah, they probably do have coffee in South America now that I think about it. But
No, that's what they're known for.
yeah,
They're one of the
oh,
bigger
but we have our
imports and
own.
exports.
We got a lot of coffee coming from Hawaii. I know that because it's.
Oh yeah, very true.
No, yeah, but I'm not gonna go through all these things. Do you anything else
Yeah,
you want to
exactly.
read from this article, Duke, or want to go down here?
At this point, those are some more bullet points of other deals that that they
Let's
have
see.
come up with. But at this point, we know what has been going on Mexico with the extension of the 90 days, and that they have a temporary tariff amount. Hopefully, they come to a deal before that 90 days is up. It's all about strategy. Each one of these bullet points, each one of these countries, it's just a simple negotiation that he has to use. I'm sure
The
he
art of the deal.
evaluates the situation and comes up with a strategic plan for every single one of them, because every single one of them is different. So
The art of the deal.
we'll see what else he can land and complete.
Well, we're gonna circle back here. I have one more clip. I have two more clips. Sorry. We're gonna circle back to CNN to just check in. 'Cause last time we just saw them, which I know we just saw them about
People love
12
to
minutes
talk about
ago.
the tariffs.
But yeah, now I just want to know, and Abby Phillips just said we need more time. Nobody knows how this is going to affect anything. And now the market for the U.S. is at an all-time high. Let's check in on CNN and see if they've changed their tune.
Well, I would just like to go, but I'd like to build a DeLorean and go back to April when everybody here was predicting likely to cause a recession. Investment stops and a recession happens. They're not talking about a U.S. recession. They're talking about a global recession.
What was happening in
Lead
April,
to
Scott?
recession. Eventually, they're going.
Oh, now Abby has no idea what's going on. Now she's like, did we talk about tariffs on this show? Did we do that? I don't remember that.
We never talked about trade.
A reception.
Palpable panic on Wall Street, red numbers, and worries about something else that starts with an R, a recession.
You called the recession. You called it. You took your shoe off.
And Joe, would you like to see that again?
You took your shoe off. You brought cookies out here.
15%.
You took your shoe off and you said there was going to be a recession.
Economic circumstances have now been put in place
I love this clip too. It comes with all the receipts.
that most
Yeah,
Wall
yeah, it
Street
does.
economists of senior note
Those are my
say
favorite.
are likely to cause a recession.
GDP is 3%.
Early.
I wish is likely to cause a recession. Yes. It's a very weird way of enunciating. I'm sorry, I don't even make fun of this guy, but it's just
to give a final
called it.
verdict.
All right, Scott,
It's too
what was
early. Just a second, Abby.
Scott, stop beating Scott, stop beating up the Democrats, Scott. Stop it. Will you stop hurting the Democrats, Scott? Stop it.
You look foolish enough, sir. Come on.
He's being a bully is what he's being. Look at his smug face. Look at him. Bullying the Democrats. He's making 5 people, well, I don't know, maybe sure Michael's there. At least 4 people feel bad. At least 4.
Out here. It's too early to give a final verdict.
It's too early. It was too early. What, 4 months ago? Now, we have to wait till a few months. We have to wait till the end of summer. Oh, hey, we still got to, listen. In 10 years, we'll know if this was successful or not.
They'll never admit it.
Well, no, listen.
Even if it is successful, they'll never admit it.
On the
Their
tariffs.
hate for him is so much.
You may wish to, but at the moment, it can't be said what the long-term effect is going
Richard,
to be.
I am just a journalist, and all I
No,
do,
you're not.
all I can
Scott.
do is read the economic data.
It's a bit of a stretch. but-
Three.
Oh, that is sure, Michael. Okay, yeah. You've only offended 4 people. And everybody watching who watches CNN. which is me, and I am offended.
Percent GDP, trade deals, record high in the stock
come on,
market,
these trade
cooling
deals,
inflation.
these trade deals are garbage.
It's actually much simpler.
Garbage?
Yes. Hold on a second.
You guys are so mad. Why aren't you rooting for
Because-
failure?
because-
Why does this table root for failure?
Quiet, please, because you are saying that
You're rooting for
taking,
failure.
you are taking a number of 40, 50, 60% back in April, and you're comparing it to a number of 10, 15% now.
Fine, but
What's the issue with that exactly? Am I like maybe I like this is why I don't want to talk about this tariff stuff, because I'm like sometimes I think it's a little over my head, but right now I don't feel that way, but I could be getting bamboozled here. Like am I bamboozled?
I feel like they're trying to say, oh, well, we don't know if it's working or not. Yeah, it just looks
I feel like they don't
it's
like
working.
Scott Jennings. No, I feel
We
like
we need to wait and feel the effects of it working first before we'll acknowledge that it's working. It's like, okay.
strategy to negotiate and create leverage
Scott,
and
but
give us the
that's
situation
still-
we're
it
in
is
today.
completely
Scott, that's not what the president was trying to do, even though
You know
that's
what we
exactly what he was trying to do.
And I'll say this,
I
you know
don't
what we
get
need?
it.
Again, I'm not a financial advisor. We are not financial advisors whatsoever. But if the interest rates started getting more competitive and going down again, that would really put the final nail in the coffin of Trump is doing bad, I feel.
No, it wouldn't.
I think that's one of the few things that's really holding back
No, it
a
wouldn't.
full statement of
no.
yeah,
no,
no,
it wouldn't. It
would
wouldn't.
make it more
Do you think
possible for the
that? Do
regular
you
Joe
think that
Schmo
the
to get
CNN?
houses again.
Do you think that CNN or MSDNC or ABC or any of these liberal networks would
No, I don't think they'll admit it.
would
I
ever
don't
say
think
that
they'll
Trump's
admit
has done? Trump can do nothing right in their eyes.
No
And you
matter
know-
what he does, I don't think they'll admit it.
And that's why I like to think that we're a little fairer, because it's like, man, I don't like how Trump does certain things, and I think he's too deep in this person's pockets. I don't like how he handled this situation, but I can agree with this situation.
Yeah, I agree with your assessment
And-
earlier.
and,
His worst actions in office so far definitely was his handling of both issues. But that's the point. Like, we should be able to see everything, the good and the bad.
And you know what? Listen, and I got to be honest here. Obviously, I voted for Trump. I'm a registered Democrat. I will never change my party affiliation because I believe my vote will be counted as a Democrat. But I really never criticized Joe Biden on anything. And you know why? Nobody can tell me what Joe Biden did. Nobody can tell me what Joe Biden did in 4 years. I know he went to the beach. And I am a fan of that because I also like the beach. So me and him are alike in that sense. But as far as his job as the president, I guess he elected the first black woman to the Supreme Court. I don't know. Somebody tell me what he did.
DEI very obvious practice
So,
in the White House. Other than that, I wasn't. And horrible attention to the South border. I guess you could say that's what he did.
Yeah,
He did not properly guard our South border.
Well, that was Kamala's fault apparently, but you know. Let's see here. And he did. He took a lot of naps. He take a lot of naps. He went to the beach a lot. He took vacations a lot.
All right, let's not get too sidetracked.
Was this? This is the last clip I got, and this is Trump talking about tariffs, surprising the nation with a bold statement suggesting that tariffs could potentially eliminate all income taxes, which also income tax is theft. Just put income tax is theft. Trump aims to eliminate income taxes for those earning under $200,000 annually using tariff revenue. Now, I'm going to say that's a bold claim. This sounds really good.
That would be an awesome claim.
You know, it speaks to the middle class. It speaks to the people in the lower class and all that stuff. It sounds really good. I don't think it's going to happen personally, but sounds good. I think it's hat too.
That'd be awesome if it does.
And it's possible we'll do a complete tax cut because I think the tariffs will be enough to cut all of the income tax. Now, we have a lot of debt that's been left to us, unfortunately over many years. We'll take care of that. But the tariffs, if people only understood the tariffs, we're going to be giving people of this country a tremendous tax cut. And we're going to start with people making less than $200,000 a year.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I'm in that range bracket. Listen,
me too.
I think taxation is theft. Not all tax. Obviously, I don't mind if I buy something at the store, there's a tax on it. That I'm kind of okay with. But yeah, income tax, Property tax, yeah, I think both of those things are theft.
Yes,
Definitely.
I definitely agree that.
Now, if you want to argue, I don't like the whole, double taxation on what you buy and what you sell. But I might negotiate on that if property tax was eliminated, and also income tax was eliminated, because it's like you should not, like, I worked at a company, you work overtime, they take like half your overtime. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm all about less taxation.
The taxes that come out of paychecks is ridiculous.
And if this can be solved so easily by just tariffing these people to the same extent that we get tariffed by them.
This could have been done at any time all these years. It just never was.
Well, like I said, I don't care what Trump says. I like Trump mostly. I believe in what Trump will do. I don't think he's going to do this. I think this is...
that would be
I think
wonderful.
It's bull. I think it's bull.
It's a very bold claim. We'll see.
I don't mean to doubt you, Trump, but I don't think it's going to happen. But, we'll see. But, hey, that's our wrap up on the tariffs. Please leave a like on the video, share, subscribe, comment down below. What do you think about the tariff situation? Do you think it's been good? Has it been bad? Have you actually seen any change in your daily life in some sort of way that has negatively affected you?
What?
If that's in the form of that you've seen something that you normally buy is more expensive now. Or,
what item in your life is more expensive?
Or if it's just a matter of that's an item you used to buy is no longer available, like this store or that store. I'd be very interested in that. I really do. So, but we're gonna leave it there. Thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you in the next one.